From coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast, number 1324. Ways to recognize team members and work anniversaries. Whoa, we got some good ideas here. But this subject came up. Hang on. Oh, something's dripping somewhere. I'm going to have to go find a drip afterwards before I take Zeffie out if she lets me. Hang on. Oh, I think I found it. It's one of my new drips. It's right up here. Thankfully, it doesn't get on the table or near the electronics, so we're good with that part. Just gets on the seat. Anyway, work anniversaries and team members. So yeah, so today I got to go and clear up my mail, and in there I had this card. It said "Happy Anniversary, Helen," because I just passed my 2-year mark with Mailbox Power, and inside was a cool card and some gift certificates. So I was sort of like, yay, because those gift certificates, and when I saw where the gift certificates were for, I was like, yes, because they will come in handy when I move into my new place, which I have yet to find. But when I move into my new place, one of the first things I have to purchase for that place is a bed, because I do not have a bed. I have a blow-up mattress, but you can only sleep on those for so long. And so as soon as I get keys to the place, the first thing I'm doing is going out. Or as soon as I find out when I'm getting keys to the place, I'm going to go out and buy a bed and make sure they deliver it the day after I get the keys, because since I don't know what time I'll get the keys on the day, but I will work it all out. So the bed is the first thing on there. But I thought that was and it got me thinking of, ways that we can acknowledge team members for their performance, acknowledge team members when they reach anniversaries, and just because when you acknowledge your team, when you acknowledge team members and employees for recognition for their performance, or for an anniversary that they've been with you X number of years or whatever, it helps with employee retention and team member. It helps retain your employees, your team members, your associates, whatever word you want to call them. So it's an important thing to do. I remember when I worked for Marriott, I got a 5-year anniversary and a 10-year anniversary thing. And actually, I put on my 10-year anniversary gift. And they actually sent me a catalog and wanted me to choose out of the catalog my gift. So on my 5-year anniversary, I got this really heavy, was it Waterford Crystal? I think it was Waterford Crystal bowl. It was a beautiful crystal bowl I got for that. For my 10-year anniversary, I got this ring, which is blue zircon, which is my birthstone, and it's got little diamonds on either side of it. But that was my 10-year anniversary gift, and that's what I chose out of the catalog, because I didn't have a ring with my birthstone in it. So I thought, well, that'll be really cool. Zeffie girl, please. Thank you. So this is my 10-year anniversary gift from Marriott. When I got to go through the catalog, this struck me because I loved the style of the ring, and I said that was going to be my 10-year anniversary gift. And with Mailbox Power, last year I got a certain dollar value in gift certificates. This year I got a different dollar value in gift certificates. So it was very rewarding to get that. So my question for you tonight is to put in the comments, what are some ways that you reward team members or employees or associates, whatever you call the people who work for you, whether they are contractors, 1099 employees, or W-2 employees, or some other form of employee. How do you reward them for performance, for anniversaries? So I thought, let's go through some ideas. Number one is travel. Send them on vacation. I have heard of companies who will take their top performers, like if it's a company that relies heavily on the sales, they will take the top performers away for a retreat. And basically the retreat is, it's no business. They might have a little bit of business talk while they're there, but basically they get to bring their spouses with them. They get to bring their family. Sometimes it's spouses and family, but they all get to, the team gets to go, all the top performers get to go with at least their spouses, slash boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, or whatever, and maybe the kids as well. It depends on the company. But they take them to some retreat somewhere, It could be an overseas trip. It could be a trip within the country to some nice luxury resort or something like that. And they have and it's just for the top performers, and they get to spend this time at this resort enjoying, each other's company, just enjoying the time, enjoying the break. And they may do like one business meeting while they're there. And I know the ones in New Zealand, when I was working with the company I was working with there, they took their top performers and took them to a resort that had a golf course attached because most of them play golf. And so the guys would go out and spend golf the day on the golf course. The woman got to spend the day in the spa. So this was back in the early 90s. So the early part of the 1990s. So there's different things that you can do. Some of them will take, here in the States, some companies will take their top performers and send them to an all-inclusive resort in like Cancun or the Mexican Riviera or somewhere. And they get to enjoy that time with their spouse because they're rewarding. And there's no business talk. It's just like, we're sending you off here. Here are the dates you get to choose from. You don't even have to go down with other team members if you don't want to. You can select, here's the dates that you can select from. So they get to select the date that they want to go, and off they go. So that's one way that you can reward is travel. It could be somewhere, just to a nice hotel, one of the luxury resorts, one of the luxury hotel resorts that are available here in the United States. Doesn't have to be an all-inclusive resort. So I've seen that done. Other things are like, just simple verbal recognition announced in front of the team meeting, written recognition with a thank you note or a letter of appreciation that gets a copy put onto their file. And even with the verbal recognition, make sure it goes on their file that they were verbally acknowledged for the performance that they did, or it could have been something like they had an emergency and somebody stepped up to the plate and took care of it before it became a catastrophe or a crisis or anything like that. So they had this small problem. They recognized the problem was there and they stepped in and stopped it from going further. So there's written recognition as well. You could even do like an employee of the month, the quarter, the year award, recognizing their achievements with a certificate, a plaque, or a trophy. And you could have it where other employees get to vote on that one, or the management gets to vote. The management team gets to vote, all sorts of different things. You can have bonuses and incentives, especially on sales teams. If you've got sales teams, you can bonus and incentivize them. The other one that you can do too is if you have a help desk, whether it's on a chat, on phones, or whatever, who is the person who gets the most compliments on those little surveys that you do, please stay on the line at the end of this call so that you can take a short survey type of thing. There could be bonuses and incentives revolved around that. Promotions is another way, getting people out of the job they're in because you realize that they have more leadership potential than you originally thought, and you think that they might be good in the next level up from where they are. Always invest in training and development for your employees. Helping them to improve their skills that they have for the job, the knowledge that they need, but not only that, also helping to develop self-development as well. I love when employees include like self-development programs, preparing these people. You want to keep these people here, so why not prepare them to move into another job within the company by helping with the self-improvement, helping them get into the mindset of going from being a team member to being a team leader to being a manager or supervisor or whatever. So help them do that. You could also do things like, having a celebration or an event. If a team has done something, if a team has come together and worked together to achieve a goal, get a product out, reach a sales goal, whatever it is, why not take them out to dinner one evening or to a show, or dinner and a show. I've seen that done. The hotel I worked at one time, we did a dinner and a show, and we went to the Kennedy Center and we had dinner first, and then we went down and enjoyed a really cool comedy show. Allowing peer-to-peer recognition, so you get employees or team members or associates. I'm just going to call them employees. It covers all of them, where they acknowledge and thank colleagues, their other employees in the company for work that they've done. It could be that one employee was struggling with something one day due to just coming back from an illness. They may have an injury or something, and somebody stepped in and saw they were struggling and stepped in and helped them. Or it could be a situation that they were in that they weren't handling quite right, and another employee came in and helped them through that situation. Or one of the things I loved when I was working the hotel side, I worked at a residence inn, and we had 159 rooms in the hotel. And there was one day, the first day that this happened, we had 80% of those rooms checking out. The managers got together, they started going through the rooms as they checked out. They stripped the beds, took all the linens, they piled it up by the door so the houseman could just come along, stick it into their laundry cart, take it down to the laundry. They bagged up all of the trash and put that by the door, and another houseman came along and picked up all the bags of trash outside each room. And then when the housekeepers got into the rooms, the dishwashers were already running. They just had to make the beds, clean the bathrooms, clean the rest of the room, like doing all the vacuuming and stuff. They didn't have to worry about stripping beds or taking out of the linens or taking out the trash or loading up the dishwasher, because these rooms were all suites that had kitchens in them. And so the management got in there and helped out with that to make it easy, because, I don't know, 159 rooms and 80%. You do the math. I'm not doing it right now. There was not a lot of rooms. But what I did is I was working in the gatehouse at the time, was a residence inn. I'm working in the gatehouse, which is where we do the food and the breakfast and the management meals in the evening and stuff. Is I got together a cart. I put a cart together, and on top I had a bucket of ice. I put in different varieties of cans of soda, and I got some snacks. Like we had brownies, and what else was on there? There was brownies. There was different types of snacks that we use sometimes in the evenings when we're doing the different things. And there was nothing that required cooking. It was just all easy to eat, hand food type things. And I started at the top floor, and I worked my way down the 4 floors of the hotel. And whenever I saw a housekeeper, it was go to the housekeepers, drink and a snack, and got them all taken care of. They appreciated that so much, but they appreciated the fact that management stepped in and helped strip the rooms down too, which made their job a lot easier, because they had a lot of rooms to turn over. And each housekeeper at the time, I think, was responsible for doing at least 15 rooms, and they had more that day that they had to do. So whenever we had any major checkouts like that, that was our routine. And the housekeepers loved it, because they were going and going and going. Yes, they would have their lunch breaks, but this was just an in-between from when they started to lunch, or lunch after lunch to when they finished work. So being able to do things like that for your employees as well is, stepping in and helping out. Often we would, if we got flooded at the front desk, when I moved to the front desk, if we got flooded at the front desk, quite often somebody from either the general manager, the assistant general manager, even the director of sales would step in behind the front desk and help us out. It could be just answering the phones while we're dealing with the clients at the desk, at the front desk there. So, things like that help a lot with employee retention too, is when you step in and you help out. And that peer recognition thing allows other employees to appreciate other employees, to say thank you for their exceptional work. Thank you for helping out with this. We appreciated it. And I can tell you the housekeepers totally appreciated us being able to step in and do what we could do. Ways that you could recognize anniversaries, depending on what the anniversary is. You could do gift cards if it's 1, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. And based on the number of years, each year the gift gets a little bigger, and a little bigger. And you'll have milestone ones too. And the milestones finish with a 5 or a 0. And it could be like giving them a dinner, 5-year one could be giving them a dinner for 2. So they're able to go out with or maybe a family dinner, being able to go out with their family. Or it could be, take your spouse out for a meal this evening. It's on us, and here's the gift certificate for that. Or, this is what you can do. Giving them extra days for paid time off, extra vacation days that they can use. You could also do making sure that you do a company-wide recognition. Hey, we're celebrating, here are all of our team members who have been here for 5 years. Here's all the members that have been here for 10 years. Here are the ones that are celebrating 15 years. Here are the ones that are celebrating 20 years. So you could do that. And the higher up they get, the smaller the, you could do like a party at work, bring in a break where that's got sandwiches and cookies and a cake. So even giving them a bonus because they've been there for a certain number of time as well. There's just lots of things that you can do when you're recognizing team members and those that are celebrating work anniversaries. I have been to one where somebody had been at a company for 30 years. I got to go to, they had a special event on after work one day. It was held in the office and we went in there and it was this person had spent 30 years at a company and they had a big to-do. They told people, invite your spouses in, bring your spouses in. We're having this big party. No kids were allowed. And the work in their conference room put on this big party for this person to recognize the fact that they had been there for 30 years. And they had a cake, they had a presentation, they got a trip for two to something, I don't remember where, but they got a trip for two, they got a vacation as part of their reward for being there for 30 years. And I think it was like they got to choose where they wanted to go for on their vacation. So there's different things that you can do that way. And the more years they've been with you, the bigger the celebration. You don't want to do, oh, they've been here for 5 years, we're going to send them on a vacation. Yeah, no. You want somebody who's been there for a long time. And even if they are retiring or they're leaving the company, send them out with a bang. Don't just do anything that's just sort of like quiet. Do a collection, buy a gift for them, find out what they want. If you don't know what to get, and here's another cool thing, if you don't know what to get them, call their spouse. Their spouse, their partner, their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, whoever it is that you see them with the most, that would know them the best, or if there's somebody in the company they're best friends with, find out from them, what is something that they want? What is something they've always wanted? What's a place, if they're doing a vacation, what's a place they want to go to? So the company can start investigating things that would work within whatever the dollar value is that they've set aside for that particular anniversary or that particular recognition and things. So those are just a few ideas of ways that you can recognize your employees. Oh, birthdays. When it is their birthday, send them at least a birthday card from the company. I will tell you this, getting a birthday card from your company is kind of cool. It's so like, oh, who's this one from? You open up and it's like, oh, they remembered my birthday. It's really cool when the owners of a company or the CEO of a company sends you a birthday card. And here's the really cool trick. They don't actually send it. They have systems in place that will automatically send the stuff out. But it is still, even though it's an automatic thing, it's really cool to receive a card from the company, from the owners of the company, the CEO of the company, the president of the company, to say, happy birthday, or congratulations on however many years you've been here. Thank you for the service that you've provided with the company. Those are really cool things. And I know there are some, when they get to certain levels of anniversaries and stuff, the president, the CEO, the owner of the company, whichever one they are, maybe all three if they've got all three there, will actually write a handwritten note to the person saying, congratulations, we really appreciate the work that you've done for this company, blah, 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 blah. Ask me how I know. Been there, done that, I still have cards and letters because I don't throw out any cards. Somebody sends me a birthday card, I keep it. I blame my mom. My mom did this tradition where she started when we were born. She kept scrapbooks of our birth announcement that was in the newspaper, the little tag that was on the end of our bassinets in the hospital that said, what date we were born and what time, how much we weighed, how long we were, the vital statistics. Then all the cards they got that said, congratulations on your new baby. And then you turn over a few pages, then there's all the 1-year birthday cards, then all the 2-year birthday cards. And she kept the scrapbook. I think it goes up till I was 12. But I will tell you this, I have kept every single card since then. So from age 13 through to, what am I now, 56, I have every single birthday card that was ever sent to me during those years. I haven't put them in the scrapbook. I still have them. Some of them I'm going to sit there and go, oh, what birthday did I get that one for? But I would tell you this, being recognized for your birthday by somebody, by management in the company, huge. You want to impress the heck out of your employees even better, is send them a half birthday card as well. That's one they get at the 6-month mark. Half birthdays are awesome. And and getting a half birthday card, it's kind of cool because people, and I didn't know anything about half birthdays till I came to the US. And somebody one time sent me a half birthday card, and I go, half birthday? They go, yeah, it's halfway between your last birthday and this birthday. And I went, well, that's really cool. Never heard of that before. And they go, oh yeah, it's really big here in the United States. And I'm like, start asking people around. They're like, I don't know anything about that. But getting half birthday cards, that's pretty cool. So any way that you can do that, around the holiday season as well, getting the cards that are sent to. These are different ways that you can stay in touch with employees. You can recognize them for their work, celebrate their work anniversaries, and help retain your employees. Because there's one thing that I learned at Marriott. They have a philosophy that we take care of our associates, because if we take care of our associates, they will take care of the guests in the hotels. And that is such an incredible philosophy to have. And I will tell you, my just over 10 years with Marriott, I loved every minute of it. It was some of the best years. The company was fantastic to work for. I believe it's still one of the top companies in the US to work for. They have great benefit packages and all of that. But the thing is that they take care of the associates. And by taking care of the associates, of course, we're going to turn around and take care of the guests. But it's not one of these things where you have somebody up top here and that CEO, C-suite level that's saying, oh, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. No, they actually come down. Mr. Marriott would go around, Mr. Bill Marriott would go around and visit different hotels and different places and stuff. And the word on the street was that he would always, when he was in the full service hotels, the first place he would go would be the kitchens. And he would talk to the workers there in the kitchen. It didn't matter if you were a dishwasher. It didn't matter if you were one of the wait staff. It didn't matter if you were one of the sous chefs. He would talk to the employees. Then and until he had spoken to the employees, he wouldn't even sit down and talk with management. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing. And he's been known to see something that needs doing and chip in and help out when he's doing some of these visits as well. So that's starting from the top. It comes from them leading and showing the rest of their management staff and everything else how they want the company run. They want to go, they want to talk to the employees, they want to take care of all the associates that work for Marriott. And by doing that, the associates will then take care of the clients. And I thought that was such a really cool, instead of somebody just sitting there, well, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and they don't give a crap, really. But these are people who paid attention to things like this. And people will see, like the Marriott children that have got these different VIP positions and all of that. They had to earn them. That's another cool thing, is that the kids, the children of the Marriott family, they had to earn their jobs. They had to start at the bottom and work their way up to where they are today, which I think is another cool thing. If you're going to bring your kids into your company, start them at the bottom and make them earn their way up, and they learn the roles as they go along. They have different jobs within your company, so they know how the different areas work, and they work their way up they have to earn the right to have those positions. If they want to take over your company one day, they have to earn the right to do that. Instead of just having a company handed to them, they've got no clue how it works or what to do. Get them working in the company, have them starting at entry-level positions, and have them work their way up, along with all the recognitions and stuff that go along the way. They're treated like any other employee. So anyway, I'm out of here. If you have some ideas on ways that you can reward your employees, celebrate their work anniversaries, please drop them in the comments below so other people can learn as well and get some ideas also. Plus, I'm always on the outlook for new ideas for things like that too. If you would like to know ways that you can retain your employee, different ways that you can work to retain your employees, just feel free to reach out and contact me and private message me, and we can have a conversation. So go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Hei konara.